Welcome to Balcombe Bodger. I'm Chris, I'm an engineer. We're here in West Sussex in Balcombe, and I've been given an opportunity to manage this little coppice. So I live locally to this bit of woodland, and I've had little walks in here and picked up odd bits of dead timber for the fire, and I just think it's a shame that it's been neglected really. And so I've found the landowner, I've approached them, wrote them a letter of interest, and yeah, they've given me access to manage the wood and coppice it and take some firewood. So the lease is signed as of the start of July, and their forestry work has been in and cut down any dead wood, anything that looks a bit dangerous, which there was quite a lot of, to be honest, because it's been so neglected. There's a lot of dying wood where the trees are quite closely planted together. They as they get to a certain size, they're competing for the light. Here's one of the stumps from a fallen chestnut tree. Again, probably starved of light, so they die off. If we look up in the canopy, it's really fighting to get any light, so it's not surprising it's died really. All I've done since the timber's been dropped is I've been in with my little battery saw, and I've just cleared some of the paths where the trees were crossing the paths. So I've tried to keep any straight sections that look useful, and then any bits that are a bit gnarly, I've cut them into little logs, and they'll be stacked up ready for winter to go in the Rayburn. Here's a couple of the trees that have been dropped, and you can see the path just about. So there was loads crisscrossing here, so I've just logged up some of the bits and pieces that are a bit wonky or not really much use for anything else. So I'll go on the fire pile. I haven't had a chance to do a proper walk around the whole site after it's been cut down, so perhaps we'll do that later on the next video. So I'm documenting the journey really. This is the start. This is the woodland as it is before it's had any management. What I'd like to do is choose an area each winter and start coppicing, cutting down the timber to ground level, probably 80 to 100 square metres per winter, and it's about a 3 acre site, so I think that should keep me going for 10 or 15 years, and then that will be a 10 or 15 year cycle of cutting and then onto the next section, and then as bits regrow we'll have small poles and beam poles and then medium-sized poles, etc., and I'll be able to use these for various woodland craft activities. Being an engineer, I run a little business just in the garage not far from here, so I probably want to make some tools. I quite fancy making some shave horses, some draw knives, and I've also bought a little Westwood tractor. Well, it's a lawnmower really, but I thought it would be a fun project just to convert into a little woodland tractor, just for pulling logs and build a little trailer, that sort of stuff. And I just thought it would be great fun for the kids to mess about with too. So yeah, big plans. I think there'll be some interesting projects. I've got some ideas for the Westwood. I quite like to make some accessories for it. I can envisage a sawmill coming later on, perhaps a post whacker or something. Yeah, all sorts of ideas, so stay tuned. This is the first look round the 50 quid Westwood. Doesn't look too bad, initial glance. Not too rotten. Bonnet's in good condition. Plenty of grime and moss. Bit of flaky paint there. Bit crusty, but the steering wheel, leather's not worn away. The seat, still got all its fabric. Nice bit of bird. Pretty solid. It's a manual one. Seems to change gear. Not seized. It's even got oil in it. Looks very healthy. No juice, not surprising. Yeah, we'll clean it up and see what happens. Try and find the key. The key's missing. Looks like a pretty basic key, just use a screwdriver, but it'd be nice to have it. It'd be funny if it's under here somewhere. Found the one of the hubcaps. That's cool. Pretty basic steering mechanism. Little rack and pinion. Nice bit of play in that ball joint. Expect to be able to get a new one of those. What do you think?
Yeah.
Try, can you get it going? You gonna fix it?
No. You can fix it with me tomorrow.
Right. I've given it a pull over. Seems to have spark. So I've chucked a little bit of juice in it. Checked the oil. Found the ignition switch. So I'll give it a pull and see what happens. Try and get its fan down somewhere. Guess that'd be too easy.